So requested is a little bit of hips and lower back and just kind of full body, everything needing a stretch out. So that's what we'll do. We're going to get started in a comfortable seat this morning. So just take your time to get grounded in a seat that feels really comfy. Hi, Joanna. So if you want to come to kneeling, or if you'd like to sit cross-legged, you can sit up on a prop or not. It's really up to you. Okay. Oh, I've not been drinking caffeinated coffee for the last few days, and I had one this morning, and I can really feel it now. Right, we're gonna calm the nervous system with some breath work. So get your playlist ready and pop it on in 3, 2, 1, and press play. Okay, lovely. And then just coming to get comfy in your seat and relaxing your arms, just to be honest, like wherever feels good. So you could let the arms rest on the legs, palms up if you feel like you're looking to receive some energy this morning, or usually we say palms down if you kind of need to ground your energy. We'll roll the shoulders down the back body, find a gentle lifting of the crown of the head, and when you're ready, just come to close your eyes. And take a few moments here, really nice and early in the practice and in this space, just to feel yourself landing, grounding, and arriving into your space. As always, just taking a few moments to really acknowledge that you are here, you're on your yoga mat, you're in your body, you're now in your practice. And acknowledge that for the duration of our entire practice this morning, this is the only place that you need to be, or this is the only place we're going to ask ourselves to be in and rest in and settle in. So can you allow yourself just to kind of shift some of that attachment to maybe whatever you've been up to this morning, to release any lingering conversations that might be kind of cluttering through the mind, to start to release any attachment to what you've done so far today and whatever might be kind of awaiting you after your practice. Let's all just take a moment to arrive, to settle, to land, to ground now into this space so fully and wholeheartedly. Gifting yourself permission to be here without kind of any agenda, without there needing to be any expectation of how your practice is going to go or how you're going to feel. Instead, let's just allow ourselves to now step into this really loving space of your body, of your breath, of your practice. And so to kind of commence this space, to open up this sacred space that we have set out for the practice today, we're going to begin, like we always do, with our 2 nice, long and deep clearing breaths all together. So just starting here by taking this huge deep breath in through your nose. And at the very top of your breath, open your mouth wide and clear all of the air with a sigh. Let it go. And take that one more time for me. So breathing this huge, huge deep breath in. And when you can't feel anymore, open the mouth, let it pour out, let it go. Good. And then from here, just coming to close your mouth as you start to lightly and almost quite effortlessly step into your breath. Stepping into this rhythm of breath rising and falling within you throughout you. Feeling with every inhalation this real sensation of expansion, like you're kind of drinking in this recharged or re-energized prana, a life force and energy. And with each exhalation, you're allowing yourself almost just to empty whatever is not so serving. And you might be aware of what that is. It might be that there's a specific thing you'd like to let go of today. So you imagine that you're clearing it as you breathe out. Or it might be just this kind of subconscious releasing of the excess as you exhale. So you feel yourself just releasing maybe that kind of excess anxiety or stress or chitta-vritti, the chatter in the mind. And of course, it's not as easy as, just thinking about letting something go and then it goes. But it's that we're starting to create this kind of almost subconscious practice of release. It's like you're being open to freeing up maybe what you don't need and leaning into what you do. And so as you keep the breath full here, just start to feel that process starting to happen. Starting to feel as if you're stepping more wholeheartedly into this really nurturing, loving, kind space and practice. And this morning, let's go gently and softly and slowly with the self, letting every breath be really fully nourishing and loving, letting every movement feel spacious and freeing in the body. We're not going to push to, our kind of edges or limits this morning. Let's really just be kind to the self, physically, energetically, mentally. Allow yourself to enjoy this practice of ahimsa, of non-violence, of this kind of deep kindness and unconditional practice of love for the self. And so before we start to move and just bring a little awakening and energy into the body, we're going to take just a few rounds of a pranayama practice, a breath practice called Nadi Shodhana. And this is alternate nostril breathing, and it's said to be a very kind of calming and balancing practice for the energy body, because what we're doing is starting to balance our right and left side, so our kind of yin and our yang side, or our masculine and feminine energies. And often the new year brings with it this feeling of masculine energy, so this more yang energy, like we have to go out and get our stuff done and do a new workout plan and eat really healthy or be really motivated. And actually, like we were just saying at the beginning, the spring equinox is usually the time in a few Eastern philosophies that there is kind of a sense of new year, and it's more so when the days get longer and nature comes into bloom, is when we come into bloom. So actually, we're going to try and kind of lean a little more into our yin side, this more feminine, softer, slower, kinder, loving side this morning through the practice. And maybe I encourage you to just kind of keep a little of this yin within you as we're still in the winter and we're still going through this really crazy time. And actually, sometimes, even though a little bit of yang helps us go, some yin is what's going to be really loving and kind, hopefully. So Nadi Shodhana is going to help us to kind of balance out that yin and yang within us. And we do this by blocking off each nostril. But know that if you are a little bunged up this morning, you can do this breath without actually using your hands. You can just imagine that you're breathing up one side and out the other, and then up that same side and out the other. I'll talk you through it. But if you want to take your full Nadi Shodhana, so using your hands, you're going to lift your right hand in front of your face. Bring the first two fingers together and touch those two fingers on the space in between your eyebrows. Then you'll be using your thumb and your ring finger, or your whatever finger that's called, to block off alternate nostrils. So just taking the first fingers on the space of the third eye, take a full breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to close the right nostril with the thumb. Breathe in through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close it with the ring finger and then exhale through your right nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close it and exhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. Close it and exhale right. Inhale right. Close and exhale left. Inhale left. Close and exhale right. Last one. Inhale through the right. And then finishing on our yin side, we exhale through the left. Release the palms. Take a full inhale. Hold full of air. Open the mouth and clear it, let it go. From here, we're going to place the palms flat to the knees. Feel as you inhale the chest pulsing forwards. Lift your chin away from the heart. And as you exhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone round the spine. Pull the chin into your chest and slide the hands a little further forwards. Moving with the breath, inhale, squeeze the shoulders together. Let the heart rise. Take a lifting of your chin. Good, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone round the spine and roll yourself down. Take just a couple more, your time, your breath, inhaling as you lift the heart. Exhaling as you curl all the way through the spine. And then for the next few rounds, just working at your own pace. But honor that if the body is craving something slightly less linear, something slightly less forwards and backwards, then start to let yourself feel into this. So maybe the torso twists a little side to side, or maybe it turns into big circles or small circles. Maybe cat-cow feels really, really lovely. Maybe there's a little point in this movement that feels especially quite sticky. And so instead of just moving past it, we pause and we linger. So let this get as freeing as you want to. And I know sometimes that can be quite daunting, but really lean into it, almost like enjoy the fact that you're here and that there's this sense of using your movement and your breath to just check in with yourself, to take what you need. Good. Let the breath stay really full, getting maybe a little bit fuller as you find your Ujjayi breath, this breath that we draw in and out of the nostrils, but we hug the muscles in the back of the throat gently towards one another so you can start to hear the breath. And when you're ready, just kind of wiggle, roll your way up to a tall seat, lifting the arms above the head. Eyes could be closed still, or you could flutter them open as you take a full breath in, really reach through the fingers. Good, and as you exhale, we're going to bend into the elbows, pull the elbows back and wide and let the heart free up and grow higher. Inhale, take that again, sweep the hands to the sky. And then exhale, bend the elbows wide, puff the chest up and really pull your shoulder blades together. Last one, inhale, let's rise the arms. This time as you exhale, bend the elbows, pull them wide. We're going to reach the right hand long, crawl the fingertips away and then stretch the left arm up and over as you move into a side bend. Lovely. And just let this top arm kind of float up and by your ear. Turn the little finger down as you soften the shoulder back. Now breathe in for me. Rotate the heart a little higher to the sky. Good, and as you exhale, we're going to circle this left arm all the way back behind you. Reach the fingers towards the floor. Take them forwards, take them to the sky. Breathe in. Lovely. Exhale, we're opening the chest as you squeeze the arm back and down. Take one more. Inhale to rise. And then exhale, wrap this left arm back into a half bind. Take the back of the hand into the right hip, lower back or thigh. We're going to press the floor away with the right hand, slowly peeling yourself up. Lift the right arm, breathe in. Good, exhale, we're going to rotate towards the left knee, twist as far as you can. And when you can't twist any further, release either the palm of the right hand or the back of the hand around the outer knee or thigh. Good, inhale, lift the crown. And as you exhale, just gently hug your shoulder blades together. Think about the collarbones, the front of the chest widening, and drawing your chin either in line with your sternum or in line with the left side of the chest, but not too much further than that. Try and keep it pretty soft. Good, and then get really heavy through your knees. This is a sequence that all of you have done many times before. It's kind of my favorite little opener, release for the shoulders. We're going to sweep the left hand to the sky, breathe in. And as you exhale, keep twisting your body, reach your right shoulder to your right knee and begin to reach this left arm up and alongside your head. So it's kind of a side bend and it's also kind of a twist and it's also kind of a forward fold. You're spiraling your chest upwards, really easing into the sticky side of the left side of the lower back. Breathe in. Exhale, look down. We're going to cross the left arm over the right and then pick up your right hand. Squeeze the backs of the hands together. Make sure that your left elbow is stacked into the right. And then either pause, backs of the hands pressing, or we catch a hold of that left wrist with the right hand. Good, so Garudasana arms. Let's lift the elbows, soften through the shoulders, and then just start to really press your forearms away from your nose. And just for a few breaths, ease yourself into just little subtle movements here. So I know this is something I include quite a lot in these practices, especially a gentle practice, but wiggling really slowly and moving is one of my favorite things to do on the mat, because often when we just come into like traditional asana shape, you know, it can feel good, but often it doesn't quite get to those little nooks and crannies and those little pockets of stickiness, whereas bringing tiny movements might just help you unlock some space that would have been forgotten about, especially if you twist your arms to the right. I think it's this to right. You should really, really get deep into that outer left shoulder. Good. And then come through center. Inhale, keep the arms, lift the fingers, lift the heart. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, pull the elbows in towards your belly, and then push your forearms away from your nose. Inhale, we're going again, lifting through the heart, lifting through the fingers. Lovely. Exhale, tuck your tail, round in, elbows to the belly, forearms towards the earth. Take one more. Inhale to rise. Think about going up and over as you exhale, round yourself in. Nice. And then from there, inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Take up all of the space. Exhale, bend the elbows, go big, go wide. Find your cactus arms, squeeze the elbows down. Float the arms back up as you breathe in. Take that again, good. Exhale, squeeze them back, working into the little knots in the shoulders. Take one more inhale to float. Exhale, nice, bend the elbows, squeeze them back. This time, left hand is going to reach wide, right arm floats up and alongside your ear. Let the left fingers crawl away, elbow softens. Now, as you inhale, press into that left palm and use that to spiral the heart upwards. Yeah, beautiful, everyone. Exhale, roll the right arm back behind you. Really open up your chest for me. Inhale, take the arm in front of the nose into the sky. Exhale, lovely. Let's really, really take up the space. So nothing needs to be small or kind of hidden. Let yourself move in a way that feels so big and loving for your body. As you exhale, wrap this into a half bind. So reaching the right hand towards the left low back, hip or thigh. We're going to press the earth away with the left hand in slow motion. Lift up through the head, float it, lift the left arm, breathe in. As you exhale, we rotate into that right knee. Twist as far as you can before releasing the palm of the hand or the back of the hand around the outer thigh. Nice. Inhale as you lift the crown to the ceiling. Using your breath out just to gently find just a really, really subtle amount of energy in the belly, using that to twist and rotate wide. Draw the shoulders back in together, collarbones wide, slide the shoulders down the back body. Take a full breath in. Easy breath out. As you inhale, float the right bicep alongside the ear. And then keep your chest spiraling to the side as you exhale. Think about going up and over. Your left shoulder gently reaches towards the left knee. The right arm goes up and above your head. Pause. Think again about spiraling the chest underneath that right arm, and you're using your left hand to do that. Good, you guys. One more breath in. On the exhale, look down, float the right arm over the left. We're going to pick up the left hand as you bend the elbows, either squeezing the backs of the hands close or maybe catching your right wrist with your left hand. Good. From here, let's lift the elbows, soften the shoulders, and then just for a few breaths, ease into it. So play with keeping your torso relatively straight. It will twist a little bit, but keep it kind of relatively facing forwards. So you can just isolate the arms here rather than the spine. Have a play with what it feels like if you pull your elbows down. What does it feel like to push your forearms forwards? What does it feel like to twist your arms to the right and to the left? Again, to the left can feel quite juicy for the outside of the right shoulder if you're quite tight there like me. Good. Nice. And then when you're ready, inhale, keep the bind, lift your heart, lift your fingers. Exhale, we're tucking the tailbone now. Empty, empty, empty all of the air around your back. Breathe in, recharge the body, lifting yourself tall. Exhale, let's go all the way in. One more time, starting to hear your Ujjayi breath as you inhale, go high. Lift the chest wide and then exhale, round your spine, push the forearms forwards. Nice. Inhale, big circle of the arms. Let's rise up, fingers float to the sky. Nice. Exhale, last one, cactus the arms. This time release the hands. Either help your knees come up together or flip over your crossed legs. However you want to find it, we're going to move into a tabletop shape. So take your time to find that space, grounding the palms underneath your shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Take a really lovely widening of the fingers here as we find a little connecting to our Hasta Bandha, our hand lock. Okay. From here, drop your belly towards the floor. Use an inhale to dip the heart forwards, lift the tailbone high. And as you exhale, we're going to tuck the tail underneath you. Feel the rest of the spine following as you round into your back. And then keep this going, your time, your breath. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, pull the shoulders gently together. Exhale, let's tuck into the tailbone, collecting through the belly and rounding through the spine. And just work through one more like that, inhaling to go wide. Exhaling to press the earth away, really collecting through the waist as you round the spine. And then from here, let's pull ourselves back through to center. And we're going to start to spiral the fingertips out to the sides of the mat. So take the fingers wide. Press into the palms. Keep a gentle lifting of the belly to the spine. And then just start to shift your weight from side to side. Really, really, really slow. Good. Okay, this next one that we're about to do is intense, I'm not gonna lie, and just be very soft with it. If you're, right, let me just, as a disclaimer, your forearms are gonna feel this and your wrists are gonna feel this a lot. That is normal, that's what we want. But if there's anything sharp about the feeling, or if it feels just very, very uncomfortable, you don't have to do it, you can stay with this. So if you'd like to, you're going to start to crawl your fingertips back until they point towards the knees. So flipping the hands all the way. Now, if this is way too mega intense, you can go for one hand forwards and one hand back. And then I'll tell you when we're roughly halfway. Spread out through the fingers, draw the shoulders down the back body. Now this is enough, right? This is already pretty intense. So please feel free to stay here if this is good for you. If it's okay and you want a little bit more, encourage the elbows to soften into you just a tiny bit so we're not kind of pushing the elbow joint forwards. We're going to relax the belly to the floor, lift the heart, lift the bum on an inhale. And then this is where it gets a little more intense. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round your spine and push your palms against the floor. Yeah. Keep it going. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Remember, this is just an option. Exhale, round. If you've gone with one hand, switch the hands because we're about halfway. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, spread your fingers, push the earth down with your palms as you round and round and round. Last time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Good, and then exhale, round your spine, press the earth away, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Good. And then from there, looking forwards, you can either spiral the fingers forwards, or we're going to tuck the toes under, lean the weight to the toes, lift your fingertips, and then sit all the way back into a little toe squat. Interlace your fingers once you're at the back of the mat, and just take a really, really slow roll of your wrists. Good. Go one way, and then if you can, kind of change up the direction. Cool. Okay, and then reach your hands forwards and just let your hands go really floppy, shake them out. Take your right hand, just flop, zombie their hands. You're going to keep your right hand like it is. Take your left hand onto the back of the right hand and just encourage the wrist to push forwards as the fingers pull backwards. Yeah, drop the shoulders, lift the chest. And then switch sides. So left hand flops, right hand goes to the back of the left hand, and you're not pulling it really intensely. You're just guiding the palm back, wrist forwards. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Good. And then release. Just take a moment, kind of swing the arms a little bit, release some of that stagnation. Good. Swinging and shaking is like my favorite thing to do at the moment in the practice. So there might be quite a lot of this. When you're ready, crawl yourself forwards, and you're going to come down onto your elbows. So take the elbows underneath your shoulders and the knees kind of underneath your hips. Joanna, this is for you. Yeah, some dolphin love. So we're going to get off the wrist now. Drop into the belly, lift the heart, inhale, just like we did before. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and really round your spine here, pressing the earth away. Take just one more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, rise the heart. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, collect through the waist around your spine. Now this time we're going to breathe in, drop the belly, lift the heart. As you exhale, tuck your toes. Now check that your forearms are actually shoulder width. And if anything, they're a tiny, tiny bit narrower than shoulder width, because they're going to want to do this. Your elbows are going to want to slide in a second. What I need you to feel is like you're pulling your boobs together, or you're squeezing your chest muscles, your pectoral muscles together. That's the official way of saying it. Pull the elbows in tightly. And then from here, lift your knees, lift your hips, and start to press back into a dolphin pose. So lifting your bum to the sky, keep your knees really soft for this first one. Dig your forearms and elbows into the floor. If you've got a long sleeve top on, it's going to be a little bit slippy. So really work with pulling your elbows in. Belly rises, hips lift, and then you press your heart to your thighs. Now from here, go very slow with yourself and start to move your head, like very, very slowly. Shaking it gently, yes and no. I often find that a slight twist of the head here can really start to release into my neck and kind of the space where the neck meets the shoulders, but just move so slowly. Take another full breath in. Full breath out. And we're going to place the knees to the floor, untuck the toes, and then tilt your sit bones up, look forwards, inhale. And as you exhale, crawl your arms forwards, melting your chest towards the earth. We move into our Anahadasana, melted heart to earth posture. So lift your bum right up on top of your knees. Let the arms crawl forwards and then just kind of splat to the floor. It might be that your forehead hovers. It might be that your forehead connects, or if the space is quite lovely for you, you might even rest onto your chin. Take a full breath in and feel the back of the heart gently expanding. And as you exhale, can you just encourage the front of the heart to get really heavy as it melts in towards the earth? Take one more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to press into the hands, scoop up through the belly, slide the hands in an inch before tucking your chin, rippling up to your hands and knees. Look forwards, bend your elbows and melt your thighs, your hips, your chest, and then your head all the way down. Lovely. Once you're completely down on your belly, we're going to slide the hands back so that they line up with the tops of the ribs rather than directly under the shoulders. Spread out through the fingers, roll the shoulders forwards, up, back, and then together. Find some energy in your glutes as you inhale, rise up, low cobra, keep it easy. Exhale, let's melt to the earth. Take that again, roll the shoulders. Inhale, we're rising through the heart, lifting the chest. Yeah, nice. And then exhale, softly ripple yourself down. Take one more, hug the shoulders, lots of energy in your bum, rise up on an inhale. Exhale, ease yourself all the way back and down. Let's tuck the toes, have a little play with lifting your hips off of the floor, trying to press to your knees as you inhale. Spread the fingers really wide, and as you exhale, let's start to lift the hips to the sky, moving your way up and back and into your downward facing dog. And as you're arriving down dog, just take a few breaths to really be here, feel it out. Good. Have a little play with some movement here. Maybe pedaling through your legs, bending one knee into the chest and then pressing opposite heel down, switching sides. Good. Couple breaths just to feel it out. Nice. And then when you're ready, just soften into the knees and keep kind of wiggling through the body here as you slowly step towards the top of the mat. So just letting the hips kind of wiggle with you, bending the knees as you go. Yeah, all the way to the top. Lovely. Once you're at the top of the mat, check the feet are about hip width. We're going to bend the knees pretty generously and then flop forwards. Let yourself just completely relax over your legs. And maybe there's some stillness, or maybe there's a little sway you take side to side. Maybe the arms dangle, maybe even catch your elbows here. And just really let yourself feel super heavy, rocking, swaying side to side, or even slightly backwards and forwards. Good. When you're ready, melt the hands, bend the knees, pull the belly in, tuck your chin, and in slow motion, we're going to unroll the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Really, really take your time with it. Eventually, at the top, we shrug off the shoulders and just take a moment to kind of roll the shoulders up, back and away. Bring some kind of freeing movement in, then start to sway the arms kind of across your body side to side, and then let your body move with you. Place a little bend in the knees and just keep swaying side to side, like you gently kind of slap the outer hip, nothing too crazy. Good, make sure your knees are bent as you do this. Good, and then go a little bit faster. Good. And then when you're ready, slow it down, let it get smaller and smaller until you just eventually are standing tall. Shrug off the shoulders. If you want any water, grab some now. And then when you're ready, just kind of reset yourself at the top of your mat, feet grounding hip width into your Tadasana. Okay, lovely, good work. We're going to work through just a nice little flow before moving into some longer holds. So coming to the top of the mat, grounding the feet hip width. Just take a moment to really feel yourself kind of landing here. So maybe picking up all of your toes, stretching them really wide, and then almost imagining that you are kind of individually placing each toe at a time back down. As you ground the weight through balls and heels of feet, we feel this energy lifting through the fronts of the thighs, lengthening through your tailbone. Let the heart lift, the shoulders soften. Take a full breath in, just standing in this space of the self. And hear the breath as you exhale. From here, let's inhale to rise the arms above the head, lifting the fingers, lifting the eyes. And as you exhale, touch the hands, place a little bend in the knees, hinge from your hips and fold forwards. Lovely. On an inhale, slide the hands towards the shins. Come up halfway, let it be pretty light and easy. Exhale, good. Take the fingertips to the floor and step the right toes all the way to the back of the mat. We're going to place the knee, place the top of the foot. Find a little energy through this right bum cheek as you push the top of the right foot down. Look forwards, lift the arms, breathe in. As you exhale, create big cactus arms. So pull the elbows wide. Think about the backs of the hands not pressing forwards, but squeezing to the space behind you. Good. Then circle the arms around. Scoop the arms forwards as you lean your chest forwards and then go all the way back up, breathing in. Good. Squeezing the right bum cheek as you exhale, open it out. Lovely, guys. Nice. One more time. Breathe in, take it high. And then again, exhale, open it all all the way wide. This time, hold it there. Circle the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Once the fingers interlock, let's start to press the knuckles down, lifting up through the center of the chest. Now, keep the hips relatively heavy. Make sure there's still energy in your glutes and there's a gentle rise of the belly. Maybe shuffle the hands towards the back of the right thigh or maybe your bum. And then we start to almost trace a line down with your thumb knuckles as you send the heart a little bit higher. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice. On your next inhale, float the hands high. And then again, exhale, big cactus arms. This time we're reaching forwards, releasing the hands to the earth. Pick up your back knee, lift up through the hips and slide it into a downward facing dog, left foot towards the right. Nice. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, bring belly to the spine and slowly ripple yourself forwards into high plank. Place the knees on an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows past the ribs. We're coming all the way down. Untuck the toes as you breathe in, rise into your cobra, a little lift of the heart. Lovely, good. Exhale, ripple to your belly. Lift the hips from the earth. Inhale to the knees. Exhale, go all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Weight goes into the left foot. On an inhale, float the right heel to the sky. On an exhale, we're going to stack this right hip over the left and bend into your top knee. And just pause for a moment. Try and find some energy squeezing this right flexed heel into your left bum cheek as the knee pulses a little bit higher. On your next breath in, float to the ball of the left foot. And as you exhale, curl the right knee into the belly, look forwards and step the foot through. Good. Once the foot goes through, come light up onto your fingertips. Inhale, pulse the heart. Exhale, gently lift your hips towards the sky, lengthening your right leg just until you feel a little stretch in the back of the thighs. So it doesn't have to go straight. You just want to lift the bum until you feel a little lengthening in your hamstring and then invite your chest just to gently flop forwards. Inhale, bend the right knee, lift the heart, look forwards. Exhale, we're picking up the hips, gently pressing through the right foot as you encourage the leg to lengthen. Go for one more. Inhale to lunge, lifting the heart. Good, everyone. Nice. Exhale, pick up your hips and gently fold. Nice. Inhale, come into your lunge, lift the chest. And as you exhale, bend your back knee and spring the left foot in towards the right. Feet go hip width. We inhale to a halfway lift. Hands towards the shins or the fingers float. And as you exhale, lean the weight forwards and bow. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, full circle of the arms. Stand tall at the top, squeeze the bum. Connect the hands and exhale, fold all the way back down. There's a little bend of your knees. Keep that tiny softness in the legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, good. Fingers to earth, left toes only to the back of the mat. Place the knee, place the top of the foot. And again, when you place it, it's not like we're just flopping and sinking. There's an energy through this left bum cheek. So lots of strength in your pelvis. Lift the arms as you breathe in. And then exhale, soften your hips, squeeze the left bum cheek, open the elbows and come into cactus arms. Yeah, good. Circle the arms down, scoop the energy forwards and to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe all of that energy in and then exhale, bend the elbows and just kind of clear the space of what you don't need. Take one more. Inhale, go forwards and up. Exhale, open it all the way out. Lovely. This time, circle the hands behind you and interlace your fingers, but try and go the opposite interlace. So moving all fingers and the thumb over one. Pull the shoulders together. Let the chest pulse up. Keep the hips heavy with energy in your left bum cheek. Inhale, rise the heart. Maybe wiggle the thumb slightly to the left. Maybe you don't find the thigh, maybe you do. Maybe the hands slide down a little bit lower as you just work with this deep lifting of the chest. Pull the shoulders together. Think again about the heart puffing up to the sky. Good, you guys. Breathing in. Breathing out. On an inhale, circle the arms up. And then go back into cactus. Exhale, pull them wide. Lower yourself down. So nice. Pick up your back knees. Spread the fingers. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhaling as you float to your toes. Exhaling as you ripple into a high plank. Place the knees on an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower all the way down, shoulders pull back. Lovely. Inhale, bhujangasana, we rise, energy in your glutes. Ripple to the earth, exhale. Pick up your hips, inhale to the knees. Exhaling all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Really good, you guys, nearly there. Weight goes into the right foot. On an inhale, float the left leg up. And on an exhale, open it out, bend the top knee. Think about the left kneecap anchoring upwards. As you flex the foot, squeeze the left heel to your right bum cheek. Good. Inhale to the ball of the right foot. Lift the left knee higher. And as you exhale, square off the hips, pull the belly in and step the left foot forwards. Help it out if it doesn't quite come to the top. And once it's there, get light on the fingers. Lift the heart as you inhale. We're going to pick up the hips, press through the left foot. Now only lengthen the leg until you feel that pull in the hamstring. It doesn't have to be too far. And then rather than pushing your head down, just kind of let your chest get heavy. Let yourself lean into, again, that more kind of yin energy. Let yourself be a little softer and floppy as you breathe here. And from there, moving with the breath, we're going to lunge into the left knee. Inhale, rise the heart. And invite softness into the body as you exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, melt forward, lift the chest. Yeah, really nice. And then exhale, pick up the hips. Beautiful, lovely. Inhale, lunge forward, lift the heart. Bend the right knee. Exhale, spring right foot to left. Inhale for Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, circle the arms high and wide. Touch the hands. Exhale, pull them through to heart center. Take an inhale through the nose. And with a big open mouth, clear the air, let it go. Good. Okay, doing okay so far? We all good? Yeah. If you want any more water, grab some. And then when you're ready, just come again. Actually, go to the back of your mat for me. So once you had your water and you're feeling good, just come to the back of your mat for me. Okay, so to unstick the lower back can be quite tricky to really target it, because especially if you're a bit more bendy, your hamstrings tend to take on the strain, or the stretch, I should say, before your lower back does. So we're going to take a very, very, very slow roll down. And this is one of my favorite things to do in the morning or in the evening, or just whenever you're feeling a bit sticky through your spine. So relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Again, just kind of create that sense of like freedom, and nothing is held, nothing is tense here. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, just pull your chin into your chest. I know you can't really see my head, but just pull your chin into your chest. Then take a breath in. And as you exhale, literally all I want you to do is just roll your shoulders forwards. So instead of them being back, you're rolling them down. Then look at your knees and create a tiny bend in your knees. Now note that this isn't like a squat or a chair pose, it's just a soft bend. Breathe in. And then exhale, just let your arms dangle as you soften down just an inch lower. Breathing in, feel the breath into the upper back. And then exhale, go about another inch. So really, really subtle. Breathe in. Knees are soft, exhale, round your spine in another inch. And then kind of roll until you feel your lower back starting to gently unstick. Your knees are soft. Your weight is even between the balls and the heels of the feet. Your arms are really heavy, as is your head. Pause. Breathe up into your back body. Exhale, roll down a little bit lower. Just a trigger warning for everyone. Lola might bark in a second because there's a cat outside. So just be mindful, she might start yapping. Take a full breath in. Breathe up into your lower back. Exhale, go another inch deeper. Breathe in. And then bend your knees as much as feels good and just fold yourself down. Really, really, really heavy. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to bend the knees until the hands comfortably find the floor and start to just crawl your hands out into a downward facing dog. So there's no rush. We're just kind of crawling the palms forwards. And once you're there, lift the seat, tilt the sit bones up. Let the weight come into the left foot. Lift the right leg on and inhale. Stack the hips, bend the knee, exhale. Inhale to the toes of the left foot. Exhale, scoop the right knee behind the wrist. Take the toes to the left and sink into your pigeon pose. So knee and shin find the floor. Left leg wiggles back until we place the top of the left foot. And then pause. Come onto your fingertips. Take a moment here just to lift up through the chest and let the pelvis get pretty heavy. Kind of enjoy sinking in. Couple of options. I'm going to just chuck them at you and you can take and leave them as much as you want. So right now we're lifting the heart, we're lifting the chest, we're up on the fingertips. You're either going to stay here for a couple more breaths, create a little flexing into this left foot for me, and then either stay there or slide your back knee even further away and then bend it, squeezing the heel towards the hip. So note that we're not on the kneecap, we're on the little fleshy bit just above the knee. This could be enough for you. If you'd like to, right hand grounds into the center of your mat. Left arm circles up and back and we find the foot, maybe. And if you've got the foot, we draw the heel in and then square off the chest as best as you can. Good. Everyone be wherever you are, lifting your chest for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Now, a couple of options. So stay where you are for me. I'm just going to demo, but stay where you are. So if you're here without the foot, you're just going to walk yourself down to a space that feels good. If you've got the foot, you can do that as well and release the foot. Or you can keep the foot, crawl the right hand forwards and just go down as far as feels good. It's horrible. Pre-warning, it's horrible. But it's really, really, really good for your quad. Tight quads often pull the hips out of alignment, which can then cause a lot of strain on the lower back, as well as tight quads causing strain on your knees. So tight quads are just not a fun time. And I do apologize if you come to my vinyasa classes because we basically thrash our quadriceps every time. So yes, I do apologize for that. Strong quads is also obviously wonderful. But let's just spend a few breaths here. Again, if you don't want to hold the foot, absolutely don't need to. Pigeon pose is a very intense space to be, regardless of holding your back foot or not. So just come into a space that is serving for you and where you're at right now. And really lean into that, honor what you need. And take one more breath in. As you exhale, if you're still holding your foot, let it go. Take the left hand under your shoulder, right hand under your right shoulder, press the earth away. Let's rise, well done. Pick up your back knee, scoot it in until your shoulders move on top of your fingers. And then pick up the back leg, lift the hips, slide into downward facing dog. Good, and work through some pedally movements of the legs. This time as you bend one knee, kind of cross it in front of your straight leg and twist your hips. And then take the other side, so you're swaying your bum side to side. Yeah, good. Eventually, let's ground the right foot, relax the heel and lift the left leg, breathing in. Exhale, open it out, bend the knee. Good. Think about the kneecap rising high as you inhale to the ball of the right foot. And as you exhale, slide this into your pigeon pose. Left knee behind the wrist, soften the shin. Again, spend a few breaths just getting comfy here, sliding that back leg away and then placing the top of the foot down, sorting your clothes out, whatever you need to do. Okay, come onto your fingertips, lift up your chest. There's a little flexion in your left foot, so you're almost pressing the little toe into the floor. You can stay here. You could slide your back leg even further away and then bend the knee and guide the heel in. You could stay there. You could ground the left hand, circle the right arm back, find the foot, Oh, no, that each side might be really different. I know that for me, this side, I'm trying so hard to look as serene as I can. But it doesn't feel like that at all. This is when a dry breath really comes into play. Lifting the heart, guiding the heel into the center of the bum. Lola's having a great time behind the camera right now. She's having an absolutely great time, just walking around, jumping on all the furniture. Mate. Okay, remember you can release the back foot. We're going to come to fold down. So release it, or if you held the back foot on the first side, I know it's really horrible, but I'm going to ask you to do the same this side if you can tolerate it, just because we want to be even. Yes, Joanna, exactly how I feel. I think as well, maybe it's something to do with, if you're right-handed, maybe this side is going to be tighter. You kind of lead with your right side. Or perhaps this is, our yang side, it's our masculine side. If you lead with that, if you tend to kind of push with that, maybe the right side is going to be a little tighter. Okay, everyone, one more breath in. And an exhale. Release the foot. Take the right hand under right shoulder, left hand under left shoulder. This time, take your left hand wide of the hip. We're going to sit into that left hip and just help your right leg swing forwards. Maybe swing is not the right word. Well done. Extend your legs. Just take a moment, kind of wriggle the legs into the floor. Okay, and then from there, make fists with your hands. Now, just, we're still in our practice of ahimsa, non-violence. So you're not punching yourself, but you're just going to kind of hit your quads a little, just like pulse the fist up and down your quads. Yeah. And then go for the outsides of the thighs, more like with the knuckles and the sides of the fingers. And then go to the outsides of the calves. And then the shins a little bit. Bend your knees and go for the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. Yeah, good. Just shifting all of that stagnant energy around. Nice. Go for the bum. Yeah, big pat on the bum. Well done, bum. You held us through this practice. Okay, relax everything. Grab any layers that you might want for Shavasana. Any water you want to grab it now. And then when you're ready, slide forwards. Take the fingers out in front of you, tuck your chin, and slowly massaging your back. We're going to roll all the way down. Eventually, when you're on your back, just give your knees a little hug and squeeze into the chest. Take a really slow sway side to side. And as you sway side to side, start to encourage your knees to split wider into your armpits. Maybe splitting the hands apart so your legs can go really, really wide. And then maybe this is where you stay. Or maybe you thread the elbows to the insides of the thighs. You catch the little toe edges of the feet. We flex the feet and rise into happy baby, pressing the soles of the feet upwards. And then again, just swaying side to side. Again, all just options. You don't have to take them. If you'd like to, maybe you pause in center and you straighten out your right leg as far as feels good. And then maybe bend the knee and then switch sides, left leg extends, take a huge breath in. Even longer breath out. And then bend the knees, squeeze the heels in, squeeze the knees to your chest, reach your hands towards your feet or your ankles or calves. Pull yourself up into a tiny, tight little ball, breathe in. And then exhale, let's open into a space of Shavasana that feels just really lovely for you. So it might be that the legs extend. It might be that you bend your knees, take your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees knock in together. It might be that you move into a Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet connected and the knees wide. Anything at all that feels lovely for you. Take your time setting this space up. Let the tailbone lengthen underneath you. Let your shoulders gently curl underneath the heart. And then when you're ready, let's close the eyes. And just seal our practice with this final moment of peace, of calm, of contentment. As you gift yourself this opportunity to be, to lay here knowing that there isn't anywhere else you need to go right now. Knowing that there isn't anything else that needs your attention right now. You're still in your practice, and in fact, you're in the most important, loving, healing part of the practice. So can you lean into that as you breathe here? And then gently and softly just begin to bring a little awakened energy back into your body. Maybe breathing a little deeper in and out of the nostrils. Encouraging gentle sparks of movement back into your fingertips and your toes. Softening the mouth, the jaw, maybe easing the head a little from side to side. Whenever you're ready, we'll bend the knees. Ground the feet into the floor. Come to roll to whichever side of your body is calling out to you. Take a breath or so just to be there in that space, before eventually using your hands to rise all the way up and into a comfortable seated position facing forwards. And as you find your seat, let's press the palms together into the center of the heart, just closing the eyes for a moment. As we seal our practice with this just huge offering of love and gratitude for yourself, for being here, for making it onto your mat this morning and arriving with softness and kindness and love for the self. To seal our practice and close this space that we've shared for the practice today, let's take a deep breath in as you reach the hands to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the thumbs to the space of the third eye for kind thoughts. Connecting your thumbs to your lips for kind words. And connecting your thumbs down to the heart for kind actions. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful practice with me this morning. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Well done. So lovely to see you as always. If you've got any questions or anything that you want to know, just send me a message. Have a lovely rest of your Friday and a great weekend.